So we are on Free Code Camp and we are on the difference between two arrays. So let's get into it. So the task I wanted to do is basically compare two arrays and see which one is, one array has something the other array doesn't. Kind of like spot the difference in a way. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to create a series of variables. I'm going to declare a variable called first array. Okay. And I'm going to declare another variable called second array. And I'm going to create another variable called const result. And then finally, I'm going to have a return here of result. Just like you see. Equals, equals, and equals. Now we have the main thing there, all the variables declared. What we're going to do is we're going to type in r.1. Here it'll be r.2. I'll do it as I'm sorry, not r.1. R2, R1 dot, and R2 dot. I'll do this as I'm typing so it's easy to understand. Now, what we need to do, we need to use a method, and the method we need to use is it needs to I don't want to give the name away. It needs to basically compare. It needs to compare and it needs to check, right, does this something, is the item in the array included? I've given one away there. But it needs to check an array. What could we use here? We're going to be using the filter method. Now the filter method will look, it does exactly what the name suggests, filter. And what we want to do is we want to filter the item, and we have an arrow function over here. We're going to say what? We're going to say is not, which is what the exclamation mark it means, is not included item. Yeah. So arrow function, that's going to say, look at the items in array 1 and check if it's not included in the arrays in item 2, and it'll do that for each item. And we've got to do the exact same thing here. This time it's replacing the 1s with the 2s, etc. Just like you're going to see now. So you see over here, r.1 includes item. And then the result we'll be using, we need to basically unpack each array. So to do that, we do dot 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 first array. Yeah. And then dot 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 second array. Now this should work. And it does. Perfect. So basically, let's talk about what's happening over here. We've created variables, first array, and we're basically checking, filter through the items. Look at the first array and look at the second array. Is there anything there in the first array that's not included in the second array? Any items, yeah? And you can call this what you want, essentially. You can call this, for example, even for items and items and items and items. It'll still work. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you call it. Item is just a nice naming convention. So it's saying, look and see. Remember, this exclamation mark means is not. Is it not included in the array of 2? And then it's saying, do the exact same thing, but this time array 2 versus array 1. Anything that's then not there, we use a spread operator and we put this into the first array and we put this into the second array. So something will be populated in here, and in this case, if I just do this in a console.log, just to show you what this looks like, you'll see that 4's there. But if you were to put in, for example, diff array, should I go with a word one for you? Let's see if I can get this right. What does that say? It should return an empty array. And as you can see, that's there, an empty array. So that's what happens, and then we return the result, which basically, in other words, will just show it to us what's going to happen. But yeah, that's this challenge done. I hope you found it useful. I hope the explanation helped, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.